Everybody has a grandma, but no one has a grandma like mine. My grandma was a very special person in my life. I would see her for almost all holidays, weekends, and weeks in the summertime. I had a bond with her that many in my family don't understand. She was one of my best friends. My grandma was the type of person that knew how to make herself known. With having 7 children and 27 grandchildren, and always accepting more people into her life, my grandma was loved by many and missed very much. My grandma was the most kind-hearted person I knew. She was accepting of many people that came into her life. Whether you were blood related or not, everyone called her grandma. She had a distinct way about her. She had a way of bringing joy to even the worst days. When I was a kid, she made sure that I knew the ins and outs of everything. She wanted to make sure that I was prepared so one day I didn't have to depend on anyone. This kind old soul could never hurt another living thing. Almost anyone that knew her knew that they could find her in one of 2 places in the warmer months. She would either be in her garden or sitting on the back patio watching the birds eat from their feeders or watching the hummingbirds drink the nectar from the flowers surrounding her patio. One of the many things that my grandma was perfect at was storytelling. With being on this earth for 82 years, she had lots of stories to tell. Anything from when she was a kid and going out hunting with her brothers and her dad to working for one of the big 3 with living in Flint. She was a part of the auto industry. She had just a way of telling stories that would always keep you on the edge of your seat. Some stories were happy, others were sad. The happy stories she would tell were my favorite. She always got a level of excitement in her voice that would even rub off on anyone that would sit and listen to her. There are days that I wish I could hear her rattle off a specific riddle that would always make me laugh as a child. One thing that stuck with me after all the time that has passed since she passed away is her baking and cooking. I spent many days in the kitchen with her. She could make anything from homemade bread to homemade peanut butter pie, which was mine and my brother's favorites, and then even just supper meals as well. Anything she made was delicious. She taught me everything that I know today. She worked for many years in many different kitchens during her working career. I think that anybody that has had her cooking would agree with me when I say we all miss her baked goods. My grandma has touched many people's lives. She left this earth 8 years ago, and many still reminisce over the good times they had with her. She was the most kind-hearted individual. She loved to sit on her patio in the summer just to tell all kinds of stories from her lifetime. Not only was she the best grandma to me and all my cousins, she was the best person I knew in my life. I spent many, many days in the kitchen with her. She taught me everything I know when it comes to baking. I hope that one day I'll be able to carry on her legacy by opening up a bakery and calling it Louise's. That was her middle name.